Hi everyone, welcome to Soulbeat Tarot. I'm doing this reading today for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Okay, so I guess I'll just start out with overall energy for the reading. When this card came out, I started to kind of feel this like dread. And then I heard, can you handle it? And the energy that I get from this card is like that you're being chased by old memories. And I also feel like it's important to say that every once in a while when I do these readings, I'm guided to, a lot of times I do this card last, and this time it came out first, and then I really want to do all the cards backwards, and this time when I did that, it really, like this, and this energy is like a rumination energy. You know, you're assessing. This card feels like the Tower card to me. So it seems like a real back and forth. You know, like 1 minute you feel like you're on top of the world, and it's just a very easy energy. It's like flow, and you know, you're able to assess old memories and maybe get a lesson from them, see things for what they are, but not let it affect you emotionally. But for whatever reason, your energy right now does not seem to be that. It seems to be because okay, so this card, I always take it in different ways. It's like, okay, is this stuck to her, or is all of this stuff coming out of her? You know, are you letting old memories and old things that you're ruminating on hold you back because it's like they're stuck in your energy? Or are you finally getting to that point where you're releasing it? And it feels like there's a back and forth there, because I have to say, I moved these cards around so many times and I still don't feel like they're exactly where I want them. I was, at one point I was like, I wish my table was different size so that I could, I don't know, get it in a different way. But so that, just saying that, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, are you ruminating about, because at times it feels like it's good, like it's a good rumination. You're going back and you're kind of congratulating yourself on things that you have conquered and let go of and forgiven, and you know, all those things that you're supposed to do. But then now, in this now moment, it feels like maybe you're struggling with that. Maybe these old past things are kind of haunting you and chasing you around. But I feel the need to say that, you know, it's a person, or it's more than one person. This felt really important that the King and the Queen of Cups came out, and I'm getting like two different energies from that too, of, you know, on one hand, there's a part of you that's doing all of the things right, but then there's a part of you that, like the masculine part of you, the part of you that wants to, you know, because if you think of it in terms of like emperor, empress, the empress kind of like asks for things and and then waits, waits patiently, in a very quick explanation. And the masculine more is the go-getter, like goes and does. And but it feels like at times the masculine side of you feels this burden, almost like, well, I can't do that. It's almost like you talk yourself out of things. You have these really great, compassionate ideas of what you need to do. You need to give to other people. Like this is such a beautiful energy, this Queen of Cups and this Nine of Pentacles. It's just so much love and so much care and so much empathy, and it's like a dreamy, it's just a really beautiful energy. I want to help other people, and I don't want anything else in return. That's the energy that I get from these cards. But then on the other hand, like, it's almost like you dip into this really negative space, and you want to hide everything. You want to, well, first of all, you're burdening yourself by, I don't mean to laugh. That sounded like I was laughing, but I mean, I obviously, like, everybody does it. I'm just, sorry, that felt really mean, but, and maybe that's a side of you that comes out that you don't like. I guess that feels important. Like, you have moments where, so you're ruminating on these old memories, and sometimes it's helpful for you. So in those moments where it's helpful, it kind of like builds you up, and you think to yourself, okay, well, this is a good thing. If I'm dipping back into old memories and it's helping me heal, then that's a good thing. But it also seems like there's a time where, you're dipping into old memories, but you're, it doesn't seem as good. Like, it's almost, there almost is like a vengeful feeling to it. Like, I'm better than this person. And, it's just very egoic. Like, it feels like your ego really kind of pops out. And that's when it all kind of brings you to a screeching halt, so I don't know. I'm feeling the need to talk about having a conversation with. I don't know if that's a possibility. If you can't have a conversation with someone, journaling, I find, is extremely helpful, to just, because then at least you're getting it out. You're getting it out there. And if you have a difficult time, because I know that sometimes when I'm in front of someone, I have a difficult time connecting all the emotions that I'm feeling without, like tearing someone else down, or, just conveying my message without it feeling like an attack, or, I struggle with that. Like, I don't want to say something that's going to hurt someone else's feelings, yet my feelings are hurt, and there's things that I need to convey, to get out, especially if you want to work something out with somebody. If you can't if you don't try to communicate with that person, then, nothing's really ever going to come of it. It's going to stay stuck. All that stuff is going to be stuck to you instead of it releasing from you. So yeah, there definitely feels like a need for communication here. Which brings me to this card. This is like one of my favorite cards out of all my decks. When this comes out, I get giddy. Like, I don't know. I guess I think of it as my my card. But I get to share it with you guys today. It's just I just got like emotional. It's just a really powerful, you know, if you were to meditate and really sit with yourself and imagine, you know, like what your soul came here to, like if you sat with your soul and asked what it came here to do, and ask for guidance and ask for compassion and energy that you needed, like that's what this feels like. Like you have that energy within you and you tap into it at times, you know, you really do. And you have the ability to do it at any time. Like this is your power. That's what this feels like. And it's big and it's beautiful. It's big, but it's quiet. Like, you know, this panther could sneak up behind you and have you, and you'd never even know it. And it's not like, I'm not trying to make it into like an evil thing. It's just, you know, it's a quiet power. You don't always need to be loud and, you know, look at me, and sometimes I guess in this situation that's kind of what's needed. It's needed for you to really assess the things that you're thinking about, how that makes you feel, the vibration it seems to put you in. You know, there's a need to rest, and there's a need to listen, and that doesn't seem like it's happening. Like maybe, I know a lot of people that, as me especially, you know, if I've got something really terrible going on and I really don't want to think about it, I make project after project after project to distract myself, basically. And this card is basically saying, like, that's not what's I just noticed this says wide open and shut down. And that just feels like it feels bad, you know, like you're so you've come out of your power. Like your power seems to engulf you and build you up, build other people up. Like it builds you up first. That's important. That seems really important. It like builds you up first. And you know, you've got this great energy, aura, whatever you want to call it, that kind of goes out into the world away from you. And you know, it's really good. But when you switch and you go into this, you know, King of Cups in reverse, 10 of Wands energy, where you're like ruminating on negative things, and it's not helpful anymore. It's more of a hindrance to your mental health, and you know, and then it vibrates out into the rest of your life. So at this time, or I mean, it maybe it's been back and forth. Maybe you can feel that it's been back and forth, and so, you know, to see that, to see when you're like I just heard cataclysmic, like you're like this bomb that's gone off. Like your energy is just, you know, it's not a nice concealed ball of energy anymore that is vibrating out from you and helping others, you know, helping yourself and helping others. It's almost like it would be like stinging other people, you know. Like you're causing other people to go down with you. You know, it's just not a nice energy. But you have this message here of like, you have this really beautiful energy, and I just thought of synchronicity because I saw 4-4, and I know that 9-6-3. Well, I know that's actually 4, but it made me think one of my synchronicities is like 3-6-9 and different forms of that. But anyway, I don't know. You might, like in moments like that, it might be really important to pay attention to your synchronicities and, you know, what those mean for you. Are they trying to, you know, they might be trying to like snap you out of a moment, you know, because that does happen. I actually love that when it happens, when I'm having a really bad day, but I see like the craziest freaking synchronicity ever. I just saw 1515 on the, speaking of that. So that might be somebody's 6-6, unconditional love. That's what it is. Oh, now I feel silly. Yeah, this is just like the most powerful unconditional love for everyone that there could ever be. And that's hard. You know, I do want to kind of talk about that, is how it's not easy sometimes. And for you, like, it's okay. You know, I hope I'm not making it out like you're a terrible person. Everybody does this. You know, everybody moves back and forth, unless you're, I mean, obviously there's people out there like monks and shit that have, you know, they've spent their whole life I don't know, like molding themselves into this, you know, it takes hard work. That's I guess what the moral of that story is like a monk has given up basically everything and dedicated themselves to becoming this energy, you know, and like there's no, practice makes perfect. Okay, so that's the message here, is like, you're doing a really good job. This is just a reminder of, you know, you're taking 2 steps forward, but then you're taking one, you know, taking 3 steps forward, and then you're taking 2 steps back. So can we adjust that to where it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back? You know, that seems a little bit better. Did I say that right? I don't even know. You know, to just try to catch yourself in that moment and remember this energy. You know I do it sometimes, where there's this energy that I instantly get into when I meditate, and when I'm in situations where I can feel myself getting out of control, I can put myself into that energy. You know, I can remind myself that that's the energy that I want to be in, and it always calms me. So I don't know if there's anything that you do. Maybe I know that I've come up with this thing from taking a Reiki course, that I kind of like align all of my chakras and I ground and I connect, you know, from above and from below. And that always like brings me back into a state of being, state of emotion, that I feel better in, because we all do it. Like, I'm not putting anyone down here. Everybody does it. Nobody escapes this. But the sooner that you admit things to yourself, you know, and then if necessary and possible and safe, you know, maybe you can admit things to other people, but, you know, use good judgment. Don't try to have a conversation with somebody that's toxic, or somebody that's you love and, you know, they're in this toxic place. You know, we wait until it feels right. Wait until you've come to this place of, I'm sorry, I did wrong, you did wrong. Is there something that we can, you know, where you work together? Reciprocity. Let's make this work, and let me apologize for things that I've done, and not expect anything in return. That seems important also. Yeah, this energy, it's like it sees right through your bullshit, you know? It sees right to, it's like it touches your soul. It is your soul. Your soul is touching you when you come into this or when this energy is with you. And it's possible to be in that energy, you know, that seems like the buildup. That seems like what is happening. Okay, so I pulled these cards out. These were the underlying, and I didn't have enough room on my table to fit them all in here, but it felt really important to put them out, and now that I've said all of this stuff, it seems even more important. So it's like a story. You know, something has obviously happened. There's been some sort of tower moment or something. Yeah, something has happened that has kind of caused you to not be able to stay in your high vibrational state at all times. Like you're dipping into this energy, and there needs to be forgiveness for yourself and for others. You know, how do I want to, okay, so this inheritance card is making me think of like ancestral things, you know, things that have been passed down to you that you don't even realize. And, you know, it's like that's what's caused you to have these like broken moments. And oh, excuse me, I'm burping. I feel like that's a good sign. Because we have the release card here at the end, and that's I don't know if you ever heard that, where, you know, burping or like hiccuping, stuff like that is like a release of negative emotion. But yeah, like the need to forgive and work through these things that you've inherited that you don't really always understand or know about, and to just release it. And the more you release these things, eventually you get to a place where I'm seeing somebody have a thought, and you're kind of like, not today, you know, I don't need to do that today. Because your ego and your brain, they sometimes they do want to protect you, and sometimes they protect you in ways that are crazy. You know, they'll go to great lengths to keep you from changing and evolving, because that might not be safe. You know, they might make someone out to be a really evil person, because they want you to stay, your ego wants you to stay safe, you know, wants you to stay right where you are. And if you're thinking thoughts of, you know, healing and growing and having conversations and releasing ancestral stuff, like that might really hurt you and cause you to grow. So your ego is going to come up with radical, crazy ways to get you to stay right where you are. You know, it'd be like if you're fighting with someone, your ego is going to be like, well, this person did this and this person did that, and that's just unforgivable, and how evil is that? But a lot of times, if you really think about it, you know, everybody does. You might be doing the same exact thing and just kind of overlooking it. Anyway, so, okay. Spirit, can I get one last advice card for Capricorn? It makes me want to go journal and talk, you know, get some stuff of my own out this morning. All right, you got believe. The force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, the difference between success over failure, and above all, who you are, is the power of your belief. Oh, man. Yes. Tap into that panther energy. Reclaim your spirit. That just made me think of having jealousy towards someone, you know, and jealousy is just you wanting what that person has. And, you know, it makes me think of, okay, yes, you're in this Queen of Cups energy, but then you're not, there's something that you're not going after. There's something that this person is causing you to be jealous about. And that's like really fucking putting a stick in the spokes of your bike. You know, it's really stopping you in your tracks. And for you to analyze in a good way old memories and find out, you know, what in this person is pissing me off, and why, you know, what is it that I really want to do here? What is it that I'm not moving forward with, that I'm jealous about? And what in this person do I hate that I have in myself that I'm not looking at this time? Wow, there's some food for thought for you. Anyway, I hope that this was helpful. If you feel like doing so, I would love it if you subscribe to the channel and like the video. If not, that's fine too. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back next time. Bye.